And then we've got the Battle of Subspace. Well, Maleficent's aerial faction was working over with Ganondorf and Bowser. Maleficent herself is gathering her forces to take out Ganondorf and Bowser's ground faction, which seems to have pulled in some interesting figures from all over the place. Gruntilda and her sisters are randomly in. The other thing I never got about Tui is, like, why, if Gruntilda has these other two sisters, what does that mean about that fairy godmother one who told you all those embarrassing secrets about her? Does that mean that one doesn't exist anymore? But their magic is proving to be a challenge even for Tai Lung. And yes, Wario has joined up, and Kefka and Kuja have decided they want in on this madness. Fun fact, Final Fantasy IX is Kirby's favorite video game ever of all time. I'm not sure with absolute certainty, but I think the Monkey Island series is Two Masters. He loves LeChuck. And we're using Shadow Oogie here from Oogie's Return, which is really cool. But yeah, Kirby loves FF9. He has a list of reasons why it's the best game ever, and so using Kuja as, you know, something that really speaks to him. You know, it almost feels as if Maleficent just sent out letters to everyone who'd been opposing her, like, okay, Gruntilda, Kefka, Ganondorf, you've all been grinding my gears. You should all ally so I can take you out at once. Say what you want about Pete, he's a hard hitter. You do not want to get punched in the face by him. Or sat on by him, for that matter. Actually, if he sat on Bowser, that would negate, because Bowser's like a pincushion.
Just get on with the showing me that you can actually put up a fight part already!
This arc with Kuja did turn out to be somewhat anticlimactic, since Kirby couldn't really film any battle footage of them as his PSP was broken, but like I said, he would later fix it and make the best possible use of it.
Oopsie, someone went and lost, didn't they? You know what they say about second place. Completely pathetic. Don't sweat it. A little thing like that's not going to be the end of you. Should be the end of that rebellious phase of yours, though.
Yeah, Kefka's awesome. And in steps Brig. Well, hello, it's you again. Ready to lose your other eye? Didn't you learn your lesson against me? Obviously, you didn't. But it is worth noting that while he showed up with Maleficent's lineup, Xehanort has been conspicuously absent.
Well, you wanted me to buy time. I'd say he got it.
Until now, he's got the last Princess of Heart captured. And now it's time for him to warp some reality! And that's that point where everybody looks up and goes, who just summoned the heart of all worlds into subspace? Who did it? And Vanitas bashes Tai Lung into the ground, even though he was wielding a sharp-edged weapon. We're not going to question it. It's just rule of awesome. Go with it. And that was the end of Tai Lung. It's actually funny because Pete's gonna outlast Tai Lung. But it doesn't help that Pete was against Bowser, who is... It alternates between being a boss and just being purely comedic. And Talon had to face off against Vanitas, who's a guy that I thought I was going to hate and made me like him, so he's just that awesome. Master Hand is being controlled. Jafar banishes Ganondorf into the mirror, which I do not believe leads to the Twilight in this incarnation. I mean, we're already in subspace. But Kefka challenges Jafar to bring it on.
Come on! I want to see some more of that cataclysmic power! I want you to make me an all-powerful genie!
I find it hilarious how we never actually see a genie in that lamp. Jafar's just wishing on a lamp and he gets stuff. Genie Jafar versus Kefka. And Kefka's like, how did you not see this coming? You get in that lamp, you stay in it.
But being me doesn't mean I'm free. Goodbye!
Well, there goes the god of the Smash Bros. Universe. Well, Taboo. And not a moment too soon. I know Taboo's like a giant space flea from nowhere, but I love his wings. Taboo versus Xehanort, the bald reality warpers of Nintendo and Square Enix. Actually, I never actually made that connection until now. That's how late at night this is. Late night commentary, it's like late night Imager. Only slightly less disturbing. Maleficent, however, takes out Taboo, which, given the chain of command, Taboo is greater than Xehanort, Maleficent is greater than Taboo. You can tell what that says about Maleficent. She goes back to the animated universe to talk with Black Wolf and Shan Yu about how military plans are going. Pete teams up with Oogie Boogie and Syndrome in the CG universe. See if they can form another branch of Maleficent operations. Here is where we get this tournament's equivalent of the Sorcerer Society. Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Dr. Wily, Dr. Pretorius from the Mask animated series, and everyone's favorite, Dr. Draken! I see my reputation precedes me. This is the Scientist Syndicate, which was inspired by the Sorcerer Society, and is basically the tech version of it. Grimhill's mirror was left unattended. So DDD decides to use it and see what the future holds. He must like the answer. Grimhild is getting away. Sephiroth decides he's been out of the game for too long. He wants in. Use of Last Order footage. Xehanort has gotten fed up. Brig, you have outlived your usefulness. And Xehanort goes to Plan B. We all know what Plan B is, but for the sake of suspense, let's not spoil it. Up next is round 8. That is the round where I died.